Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. Hey Browns fans, hold on to your helmets because there's some intriguing news coming out of Berea that could shake up our roster and potentially the entire AFC North. The Browns are actively working out a former Bills linebacker, a move that has caught the attention of many fans and analysts alike. Now I know what you're thinking. What does this mean for Cleveland? Well, let's dive into all the details and what this could mean for our team moving forward, especially as we gear up for what promises to be an intense season. First off, let's talk about the context. The Browns have been building something special over the past few seasons. With Deshaun Watson leading the charge and a solid core of young talent, the goal is clear: get back to the playoffs and make a real Super Bowl run. But as we all know, the NFL is a league of constant adjustments and fine-tuning. Every move, every signing, every cut can be the difference between a deep postseason run and an early exit. That's why the Browns aren't just sitting back. They're actively exploring options to boost their linebacker core, which has been a mix of promising young players and veteran leadership. Now, the player in question is a linebacker who previously played for the Bills. His experience in a competitive AFC East and his familiarity with a high-tempo, aggressive defense could be just what Cleveland needs to add depth and versatility to the linebacker position. This move makes a lot of sense when you consider how crucial linebacker play has become in today's NFL, covering tight ends, stopping the run, and rushing the passer. The Browns have been looking to solidify that part of their defense, especially as other teams have become more dynamic and versatile on offense. It's worth noting that this isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about adding a player who has experience, understands what it takes to compete at a high level, and can step right into the system if needed. Given the Browns' emphasis on improving their defense, especially after some close games last season where key stops could have changed the outcome, this move signals that Cleveland is serious about making every part of their squad as strong as possible. The coaching staff is clearly doing their homework, evaluating all options to bring in players who can make an immediate impact, especially in critical situations like third down stops or red zone defense. But let's not forget the bigger picture. The AFC North is no joke. The Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers have all been making moves and improving their rosters. The Bengals have a potent offense led by Joe Burrow and a defense that's always competitive. The Ravens are known for their physicality and innovative play calling, especially with Lamar Jackson, who can turn any game around with his legs. The Steelers, with their gritty defense and a solid offense led by Kenny Pickett, are always a threat. So every addition for Cleveland matters more than ever. It's about staying competitive, about matching the intensity, and about trying to take that next step toward the playoffs and beyond. Now, if this linebacker does sign with Cleveland, it could bring a new energy to our defense. His experience in a system like Buffalo's, which emphasizes discipline and versatility, could help us in multiple ways. Cleveland's defense has been improving, but consistency remains key. Bringing in a guy who knows how to operate in a competitive environment, who can play multiple roles, and who has playoff experience, well, that's a recipe for a more formidable Browns defense. And in a league where every possession counts, having players who can make those crucial plays is invaluable. Looking ahead, the Browns' offseason has been about strategic moves. They've already made some solid additions on offense, adding playmakers and beefing up the offensive line. But defense wins championships, as they say, and Cleveland knows that. They're trying to shore up every weak spot, and this linebacker workout is a piece of that puzzle. It's also a sign that the organization is thinking ahead. They're evaluating options not just for this season, but for future seasons too, aiming to build a sustainable winner. For fans, this is exciting news. Every player who steps into that Browns uniform has the potential to change the course of the season. The energy, the passion, the hunger to succeed, it all feeds into the team's culture. Cleveland's locker room has been buzzing with optimism, and moves like these only add to the belief that the Browns are on the rise. Fans have been through a lot, but the feeling that we're building something real, something sustainable, is stronger than ever. And let's talk a little about what this means statistically and historically. Cleveland has been looking for that right balance on defense, someone who can cover backs and tight ends, stop the run, and apply pressure on the quarterback. The linebacker position has been a bit of a question mark at times, but with smart moves like this, we're inching closer to having a well-rounded unit. Historically, the Browns have had great linebackers. Think of Clay Matthews or DeQuell Jackson. But today's NFL demands more athleticism and versatility. This new addition could be a step toward restoring that tradition of dominant linebacker play. Of course, we can't forget the importance of the coaching staff's role in this. Coach Kevin Stefanski has been emphasizing discipline, execution, and adaptability. Bringing in a player with NFL experience, especially one who's been tested in big games, fits perfectly into that philosophy. It's about creating a culture where every player is accountable and every move is calculated to bring us closer to our ultimate goal, a Super Bowl victory. Now, I know some fans might be wondering about the specifics, like when this linebacker might sign, how he fits into the current depth chart, and what the team's plans are for the upcoming season. Well, as of now, nothing is set in stone, but the Browns are clearly interested enough to bring him in for a workout. That means they see potential, and if all goes well, we could see him in action sooner rather than later. It's a wait-and-see game, but the signs point to Cleveland being aggressive in adding pieces that can help us compete for a championship. In the bigger picture, Cleveland is aiming to build a resilient, tough, and versatile defense that can match the offensive firepower of our division rivals. The goal is to not just compete, but to dominate and establish ourselves as serious contenders. The AFC North is a brutal division, but it's also one of the most exciting, packed with talent and passion. Every move, every signing, every draft pick is part of that chess game that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this linebacker workout? Do you think he's the missing piece to help us take that next step? Are you optimistic about the team's direction? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. Remember, this is only the beginning. The offseason is a time for strategic moves, for bold decisions, and for fans to rally behind their team. Cleveland is on the rise, and every step we take gets us closer to that ultimate goal. Whether it's a new linebacker, a key draft pick, or a game-changing play on Sundays, we're all in this together. So let's keep that passion alive, keep supporting our Browns, and get ready for what promises to be an exciting season ahead. Because when it comes to Cleveland Browns football, we never back down and we never give up. Go Browns!